our Mangalacharan. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayamarupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahigana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapte Kanchani Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone to our Bhakti Sastri class. So we are continuing our 5th chapter. Hopefully today we'll finish up the 5th chapter and move to the 6th chapter. So let's do a quick revision of the last week verses. So we did 5 verses last week. We'll pick up from 521. Who'd like to go for 521? Keshav Prabhu?
I'll try, Prabhu. I was not there in the last class, but still I'll try. No problem.
Okay.
Just kidding. Let's try this. So, such a liberated person is not attached to material sense pleasure, but is always in trance, enjoying the pleasure within. In this way, the self-realized person enjoys unlimited happiness, for the concentrates on the supreme. So in the verse which is Bhaya Sparsa, that's the first word is just talking about. So anything that is, that the Bhaya Sparsa means anything that actually touch or influence our senses. So he is not actually the yogi, whoever is the person, he is not actually affected with those external entities. That's then the next word we can pick
What
here
does
is yes.
asakta mean, Prabhu? Asakta?
Asakta or asakta?
Asakta.
Asakta means cannot do.
And asakta?
Asakta is cannot do anything without that.
Okay, so asakta means attached, asakta means detached.
Detached.
This opposite word.
Yes.
So asakta means asakta hai. Ja nahi sakta. But can come but cannot go. That's our attachments, huh?
Yes.
They come in very easily, but they go very, very hard.
Yes.
Okay, so asakta word refers to our non-attachment or detachment. Okay, vindati?
Vindati means he enjoys those things.
Enjoys what?
Enjoys.
Within.
Atmani.
So Atmani, within.
Atmani.
So he's not enjoying outside. What is outside mean? Vahya sparsha.
Yeah.
How do we enjoy outside? When we see some particular object, for example, right? We hear some music, we taste some things, we enjoy, we touch something, we enjoy. This is called Vahya sparsha. But he is unattached. He is detached with the Vahya sparsha. So where is he enjoying? Everyone has to enjoy, right? Whether enjoy outwards or inwards. So where this yogi is enjoying? Inwards. So he's not seeking pleasure outside in the outside world, outside material world, but he's seeking pleasure within. Now you can also say by seeing Gopinath we also enjoy. That is true. But that's actually enjoy within. by looking at the Gopinath's photo or deity or reading Bhagavad Gita, but they are not Vahya Sparsha. They are the level of enjoyment on the level of soul. So that's not categorized as Vahya Sparsha. Hmm? So Vindati Atmani, so Vindati enjoying within. And how much, what he's getting inside? Sukham.
Yet Sukham.
He's getting Sukha within. Most of us at this stage, we are not enjoying within. Unless you live in the temple, you enjoy within. But most of us seek pleasure outside, in outside things. But this yogi is seeking pleasure within. Next one, Prabhu.
Brahma Yoga, that's Brahma Yoga Yuktana is so he's concentrating within the Brahman, that is in the inside.
So Brahma Yoga Brahma refers to supreme. Yoga
So
refers to connected.
correct.
Yuktatma refers to well connected with the Brahma. So he's always connected with Krishna, you can say. In our Krishna conscious terminology, he's always connected with Krishna. And because he's connected with Krishna on an
He's
internal level, what is
he's
the
enjoying.
result of that? Sukham
Sukham.
Akshayam. Akshay means
Never chair, no
never
chair.
shay. Thank you. Shay means to get
Chair means
destroyed.
yes.
Akshay never gets destroyed. Ashnute refers to
He enjoys it.
enjoys or receives. He receives unlimited pleasure within. Why he is receiving unlimited pleasure? Sabrahma Yogic Atma, he's connected with the supreme pleasure because Krishna constantly emanating this pleasure. So this yogi is also receiving the pleasure from Krishna. It says Ramante Yogino Ante. The yogis who do not enjoy in the material world, they enjoy in Ram. The Ram means there is so much ananda. Ananda is just coming out of Ram. Okay, even to say word Ram is so blissful. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. 522, famous verse. Who wants to do? It's very, very important verse for all of us, actually. Anand Prabhu, would you like to do?
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery, which are due to contact with material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. Yehi samsparsha, those who enjoy, like samsparsha ja means contact with material senses.
Ja
Bhoga
means Janma. Janma. Where the Janma is coming from? Sparsha. Now, sparsha means can be the skin touch, eye touch, tongue touch, ear touch, anything. Again, Vahya sparsha, same thing. Previous verse, same thing.
Yeah.
So, yehi samsparsha ja bhoga.
So sparsha would probably mean that the sense
Correct.
object coming in contact with the
Yeah.
senses
Absolutely.
and enjoyment from that. That is the material enjoyment.
Yes.
So that leads to, it says dukkha, distress. Those are the sources of yona, yeah.
Yone.
Yona, yeah. Or yona.
Yoni also refers to Manushya Yoni, we call it. Deva Yoni,
Oh,
Pashu
the
Yoni. So Yoni refers to species, you can say. So it does not just lead to dukkha, it leads to a species of dukkha. Some person was saying every desires we have in our mind, one material body is waiting for us. Anyone has any material desire here? How many you have? Can you count? Uncountable material desires we have for every single desire. There's one material body waiting. So we are right now going to produce unlimited material bodies. So unless we purify those desires, we can't get out of this bhavsagar. It's just not possible. So we have to purify those desires. So if you don't purify, what's going to happen? Dukkha yone. Why is called dukkha yone? Every time you take birth, you get four things for free. Rajesh Prabhu, what do you get? Four things for free.
Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi.
Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. Is Janma easy for the soul who's taking, when a baby comes out, you would have seen, many of you are parents. Is it easy for a baby to come out? Not easy for the baby, not easy for the mother. Many times, mother gets some disease, sometimes even dies. Sometimes baby also get deformity because the process is so difficult. Is mrityu easy, death? It says 10,000 scorpions biting at the same time. Some says 40,000. Whatever it may be, it's very, very painful experience. Dying is, and in between birth and death, B and D, we have old age and disease constantly honking on us, huh? We're all getting old. We all have some disease. So this is called dukkha yona. It's a species of dukkha, not just one dukkha. Like you cross a red light, you only get like $340 fine, something like that. You pay it off and khatam. This is not like that. Dukkha yona evate. Eva means certainly it's going to happen. It's going to happen. The abortion is not possible here. So it says material enjoyment is pregnant with dukkha. If you enjoy, materially speaking, dukkha must come. Here abortion is not possible. Outside world abortion is possible. But here nature will respond. It will respond. This is how it is. If you enjoy materially, you have to pay it off. Sometimes we say, oh, look at this politician, look at this gunda, they are enjoying so much. Just wait. Just wait. It says Krishna's chakki goes on very slowly, but it cuts very perfectly. Anyone have heard that? What do you call chakki in English, Anand Prabhu? Grinding machine, huh?
Grind
So
down.
Krishna's grinding machine runs slowly, slowly, slowly. So we can't see sometime why this person is doing so many sinful activities, not getting any reaction. But it cuts perfectly. Anyone has grinded atta in a chakki? All young boys and girls here, they don't even know what chakki is. Our mother or grandmother used to do that, huh? Chakki.
Chakki fishing.
Chakki piecing. Anyway, so you can say in modern terms, grinding machine. So Krishna's grinding machine runs slowly, but it cuts perfectly. So when it comes, then every single karma will be settled actually. So dukkha yona evate. Yes, Prabhuji, aage.
Then they all have a beginning and
Yeah.
end.
So Adi refers
Adi
to beginning, Anta refers to end.
and they are all subject to uh, like that. Sorry, they're all subject to teshu, which means
No,
or
beginning and
na
end.
teshu. Yeah,
So they are subject to beginning and an end.
and
So na ramate. So na ramate. Raman means to enjoy, to take pleasure, to get satisfaction in. So na ramate. So who will not raman in that?
yogis.
Buddha. Buddha. Buddha means buddhiman.
Yeah.
Everyone is Buddha here or Buddhu here. I'm option number two. So one is Buddha, one is Buddhu. So we all think we are Buddha. We are very wise. Actually, most of the time we are Buddhu. So we
So an
need to become
intelligent
Buddha.
person won't take delight from all
Exactly.
those. Yeah,
Yeah.
never,
Now,
never.
if you compare with the previous verse, I'll just say 521 here. So just compare previous verse and this verse 521 and 522. Previous verse, what was the last line here? Sukham akshayam asnute. How much sukha is going to receive if he is connected with
Only,
Krishna or Brahma? Akshay. Akshay.
yeah,
No beginning, no end. Constantly he will be in sukha. In 522, what they're saying, Adyantvantaha. So any sukha which has a beginning and an end, that means a material sukha.
yes.
Krishna conscious sukha is Akshay Sukha. You can be in touch with Krishna anywhere in any situation of the world. As Radhanath Maharaj always says, and I keep repeating it, our bhakti, the progress in our bhakti is not resource dependent, it is desire dependent. If you desire to be Krishna conscious, you can become Krishna conscious. But if you don't desire, no matter how many resources you have, sometimes say, I'm very poor. I don't have a job. My house is very far from the temple. How far Vasudev and Devaki was living from the temple before Krishna appeared? Ayush Prabhu, you remember? How far Vasudev and Devaki living from Krishna?
Not sure on the exact. No, not
They were in
no,
the
no.
jail actually. They were not far. They were in the jail. They could not come out at all. So no matter where you are, and Krishna came in the jail. So that proves you can be fully Krishna conscious even in the worst situation of your life. Prahlad Maharaj, how many worst situations he went through? We sometimes think our situation is worse. But think about Prahlad. Radhanath Maharaj was once saying, has anyone given you a pot of poison? Has anyone thrown you from the cliff? Has anyone thrown you into the fire? Huh? So if you say my life is tough, just think Prahlad Maharaj's life, and then you'll feel relaxed. Actually, my life is not so bad. My life is not. My life may be bad. There may be some bad situations, but not as bad as what Prahlad Maharaj went through. And we're not going to copy Prahlad Maharaj. We cannot, and we should not even try that. But the point is, many devotees in the past have gone through so many difficult situations. Or Prabhupada went through so much. So if we get little bit purification here and there, we should not mind. We should just try our best and leave the rest. Anyway, comparing 521 and 522. So if you are Brahma Yogic Tatma, if you are connected with Krishna internally, you will get unlimited sukha. But if you are going for external sense enjoyment, which has adi and anta, beginning, end, and end, what will happen? Dukkha yona evate. I also did an analogy last week. Who can say that? Sulekha Mata? Do you remember the analogy on this particular verse? Adyantavantah Konteya. On that line, we discussed an analogy.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Was it about the three aspects of material enjoyments?
No.
Uh,
It was
Uh,
about sandwich. Anyone
Prabhu?
remember
Yes,
sandwich?
Prabhu. Yeah.
What is that? Please.
So you had said that you had given an example of a very, like in Vrindavan, you had a sandwich which had no cheese in it, or like very small layer of cheese. So you said that live material enjoyment also is like that sandwich, where there is hankering on one layer, one bread is hankering, other bread is lamentation, lower bread is lamentation, and in middle there is very thin slice of enjoyment, little bit of so-called sukha.
So-called sukha. And sometimes that middle layer is completely removed. We hanker, 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 hanker. I want to go Switzerland, 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 Switzerland. And you arrive in Switzerland, there's a curfew. And there's hankering. Why did I come on holidays here? And sometimes when if you go out for enjoyment for, couple of hours or something, you feel good about it. When you come back and this is lamentation. So any material sukha, it starts, you hanker, hanker, hanker. I'm going to get to a place, I'm going to get to a person, I'm going to possess this car or bungalow or any fame, and then you lament. Many people are murdered in this material world just because they are famous, because others don't like them. So Keshav Maharaj, recently I was listening to a class and Maharaj was saying, popularity is a burden. Popularity is a burden. We want to become popular. All of us want to become popular. Actually, it's a burden, unless it is for Krishna. Unless for Krishna. So if you really want to glorify Krishna and the popularity comes as a byproduct of that, then you accept. It's for Krishna's glorification. Otherwise, actually, it's a burden. So much pressure, right? You have to be number one all the time. You have to maintain your figure. You have to maintain your word. It's a pressure, actually. It's a pressure. Okay, so 521, 522 giving a comparison between what is the result of material sukha. Can anyone say in Sanskrit? Ira Mataji, what's the, in Sanskrit, what's the result of material sukha in one line or?
Dukkha yona evate.
Thank you, Prabhuji Anand Krishna. Okay, who can say what is the result of spiritual sukha in Sanskrit? It's written. What's the result of spiritual sukha?
Sukha akshayam ashnate.
Haribo, you're all speaking Sanskrit now. So material sukha will lead to dukkha yona and spiritual sukha will lead to sukham akshayam. So which one you choose, Yash Prabhu? Number one or number two? You're on mute, Prabhu. Okay. I'm sure Yash Prabhu has already chosen. So we all want Sukham Akshayam. So Sukham Akshayam will only come from Brahma Yogic Tatma. It will not come from Sansparsha Bhoga. It will not come. By having external contact of sense objects and senses, you will never get Sukham Akshayam. Yes, Prabhu, sorry, you are unmute now.
Yes, Prabhu. Number two, I was saying.
Number two. Thank you. Hari bol. So at least we should aspire for number two. We are not there, but aspire for number two. And we should know Sansparsha Bhoga will never, never, never give you Akshayam. And people actually look for, through Sansparsha Bhoga, unlimited happiness, isn't it? All the big kings and big rich people, because they think, because I have so much money and power and this and that, or I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, I'll get Akshay Sukha. And what happens? Exactly opposite. I was listening one interview of Lata Mangeshkar. She was actually a devotee, but anyway, she said one thing which is very nice. I really liked it. She was asked, if you take another birth, what would you like to become? And you know what she said? Not Lata Mangeshkar. No, she was a devotee. I'm not saying that. But the one point which she made, she's so popular, fantastic person. But she's saying, not Lata Mangeshkar. How many of us would like to be in that situation, huh? Why not? All these big things looks very attractive from outside. Inside, they don't want to come back with the same body and same situations. They have so many other parts of their life. Okay, let's move forward. 523. Okay, this is a beautiful verse. Who wants to do that? Anyone? Harish Prabhu is already ready.
I can do it.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Before giving up this present body, if one is able to tolerate the urges of material senses and check the forces of desire and anger, is well situated and is happy in this world. So Prabhu, I'll directly go to Sanskrit exactly the way Prabhupada has
Yes.
translated. So, the second sentence comes first and then the first one. So, Prak Sharira Vimokshanat. So, Vimokshanat is leaving, Sharira is body. So, when you are leaving the body, then the first sentence then says, Shakto ti haivacha sodum. Sodum is tolerating. Okay, so if one is able to tolerate, while leaving the body, what is tolerating? Kama, krodha, vegam. So kam and krodh ka veg, it's like very very difficult to
Yeah. So
control.
Udbhav refers to Janma. So
Yeah,
the veg which gets generated from Kama and
control.
Krodha. Yeah.
So what happens to this person? Yukta sa sukhi naraha. So person is always situated in happiness. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's.
Thank you. So what's the relationship between 522 and 523, Prabhu?
Prabhu, in 522, we are talking about how the material world is taking you to wrong destinations, and in 23, it is talking about what you need to be doing in this material world so that you are able to go towards happiness.
Okay. So yeah, that's right, Prabhuji. Just one more point I would like to add. Let's open 522. So first line was Yehi Sansparsha Bhoga. So people look for this sort of bhoga, enjoyment, relishment, right? So 523 is saying tolerate. Kam, Krodha, Udbhavam, Vegam. What you should do, Sodhum, as Prabhuji was saying, tolerate. And now the question will be, okay, one time, two time, three time. How many times, Prabhu, we have to tolerate? Prak Sharir Vimokshana, till the time you leave your body. And we gave some examples, two examples we gave last week. Anyone remembers? Till what time we have to tolerate? Prak Sharir Mokshana. There's another things. Your nails, your hair. Till what age they grow? Shobit Prabhu. And any time in the body, your nails stop growing?
No, Prabhu, till the
Yeah.
time.
So as nails are growing, hair are growing, we have to cut them again and again. So the Vegas will come again and again and again. It says, if you're a firefighter, suppose you're a new firefighter, as soon as you see the fire, your hand may shake. The water pipe may get released from your hand and you cannot control the fire. But as you get practice and experience, you become a very experienced firefighter. Do you think just because you're an experienced firefighter, the fire will stop coming? Fire will come, but now you're experienced in dealing with the fire, isn't it? When the fire comes, you know what to do with it. You're not scared about it. So when the fire of Kama and Krodha comes, the experienced devotee will know what to do. But it's not the case that the fire will not come. Fire will still come. So flow from outward to inward will happen. But for my experience, what is the difference between a neophyte devotee and advanced devotee? The inside to outside flow is not there. When the urges come, what happen? This person will say, get out from here. And the example is given in 521 of Yamunacharya, which Prabhupada has quoted in the purport. Says, I have been engaged in the transcendental loving service of Krishna, realizing ever new pleasures in him. Whenever I think of pleasure, I spit at the thought and my lips curl with distaste. So the point is not The point is not that he doesn't have desire. He can also get some thoughts. But when the thought come, how he react to the thought. Huh? So coming of the thought is not a problem. Huh? That will come. But going outwards, what's our reaction to that? So what's the reaction of Yamunacharya? My lips curl with distaste. I spit at that thought because I'm enjoying so much pleasure with Krishna. And what a neophyte devotee will respond, Shobit Prabhu? He will say, welcome, welcome Kam, welcome Krodh. Let's go and enjoy. Huh? And this is the difference between a neophyte and a experienced devotee. So is it clear? So until what time we have to do all these exercise? Till you leave your body and go back to Golok Vrindavan. Huh? You have to continue this struggle. Yeah? You will become more and more experienced, but it doesn't mean the fire outside will not come towards you. Okay, 524. So, you want to do? Show with Prabhuji?
Oh, sorry, Prabhu. Yes.
If
Yeah,
you,
yes, Prabhu.
if you like.
Oh, yes, Prabhu. I'll try. One whose happiness is within, who is active and rejoices within, and whose aim is inward, is actually the perfect mystic. He is liberated in the Supreme, and ultimately he attains the Supreme. Uh, so, so if we just go word by word, Yonteya
So it's yo means that person. Antah Sukha.
Yamtaha Sukho Natarab
So it's
Mas
Antar Aramas. आराम से पढ़िए. Antah Sukha, Antah Aramas.
Antar Aramas
And Anta Jyotir. The 3 times Antah word is used.
Antaramas Anta Jyotir Reva Yaha.
Evyaha. Eva means certainly. So the 3 time word is used. So Sukha refers to, it's an easy word. Happiness. Aram. Aram, everyone knows. Aram. Comfortable situation. Actively enjoying within. And Antah Jyoti. Jyoti, Prabhupada writes, is aiming within. Huh? So the point here is you are not looking for Bahya Anand, external Anand. Huh? You're not going towards outside. You're going basically towards inside. Antah, Antah, Antah. So if you have to take a gist here, where you should seek your aram, where you should seek your sukha, where your aim should be within, not outside, not outwards. Make sense? Sa yogi Brahma Nirvanam. He is a yogi and he will achieve Brahma Nirvan. What does Brahma Nirvan mean? We discussed last week. So if you break this word, if you remember, who can say Nirvan? Someone else? Nirvan. Amrit Prabhu?
Difficulties.
Difficulties. Okay, Prabhu, more. You're in the right direction.
No
So
dukkha.
you explained like barn is a
Yes.
barn is an arrow, and
Yes.
arrow doesn't give happiness.
Okay, yes.
So similarly, nirvan
Right.
is
Sukha.
so, yeah.
Opposite of Van. Huh? So
Yeah.
Nirvan means no Van, means no Dukha. So Van, as Prabhuji said, Van, arrow, if it pierces in your body or even in your any limb of the body, is very, very painful. Nirvan, no Van, no Dukha. Brahma Nirvan means supreme Sukha. So you are seeking Nirvan not in the material world. Nirvan you can also receive. Suppose you are looking for material enjoyment, you go to a, I don't know, Kulu Manali or somewhere, book a restaurant, book a hotel, and you can feel Nirvan for a few hours or something, right? That's possible. But it is not Brahma Nirvan. Brahma Nirvan means you're seeking Nirvan where? In Brahma. That's very important. In Supreme, you're seeking the Nirvana. So Prabhupada writes, Brahma Nirvana, liberation in the Supreme. So you're not seeking Vindati or enjoyment within the modes of material nature. So very important. So Brahma Nirvana. We are seeking not Nirvana, Brahma Nirvana. Materialistic people also are seeking Nirvana. They don't get it, but they're seeking Nirvana. But we are seeking Brahma Nirvana. We want to be Sukha. We want to have experience of joy with Krishna, not without Krishna. As Prabhupada used to say, people want Ram Rajya without Lord Ram. They don't want Ram, but they want to enjoy. You can only enjoy with Ram. You cannot enjoy without Ram. It's not possible. Huh? Okay, so Sa Yogi Brahma Nirvanam, he will achieve Brahma Nirvan. Brahma Bhuto Adhigachati. Show it, Prabhu. Back to you. The Brahma Bhut, you can read, Prabhu. It's written by Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhu. Brahma Bhuti is, sorry, Prabhu, I'm quite
Brahma Bhut
Hindi.
is, he's self-realized, Prabhu.
Self-realization.
So
Yeah.
only that person is self-realized who has these three qualities. You cannot say, I am a self-realized person, but I am seeking money, fame, association of other people. It's not possible. Huh? So it's giving, this verse is giving the characteristics of this Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na shochati na kankshati. We'll read in 18th chapter. So Brahma Bhuta is not a stage which I just say. No, it's achieved internally. Internally. Adhigachati, he will attain the situation of Brahma Bhuta if he is doing these three things. Okay, so let's read 25, the last verse. Lavante Brahma Nirvadam, Rishya Shin Kalmasha, Shin Dvaita Yata Mana Sarva Bhutite Rata. Very beautiful verse. Aish Prabhu, you want to do?
Yes, Prabhu. So those who are beyond dualities that arise from doubts, whose minds are engaged within, who are always busy working for the welfare of all living beings, and who are free from all sins, achieve liberation in the Supreme. So, Labhate Brahma Nirvana, that means those who are
Lavante.
active, Labhante Brahma Nirvana,
Yes.
that means those who are always active within, and they achieve the Brahman or the Supreme.
So here, Prabhuji, this is the goal. So this in this verse, this line is the goal. Who will achieve
Yeah.
Brahma Nirvana? These people who has these qualities. Huh? So the first line is showing the goal, Prabhuji. So Labhante, they will do the labh or benefit or attainment of Brahma Nirvana because this is what we have read in the previous verse. It's connected. So 524 says they will receive Brahma Nirvana. Who will receive Brahma Nirvana? Read the qualities. Rishayaha, which rishis or saintly people who are
Shina
Shira
Kalmasha, that
Kalmashaha
means that unme kalmash is like sins or impurities, and
are gone.
unke usme
Impurities are
shin
zero.
matra, which is zero.
Shina, gone.
Then
Completely gone, zero.
shina gone,
Yeah.
completely gone.
Next, Prabhuji, is the one.
Chinna Dvaida Yatatmana,
So
which
this
means
was
that
one qualification. Dvaida Chinna.
yeah,
Dvand Chinna
Chinna,
ho gaye hain.
which
Dvand
means
means?
that means that they have no dualities like man, apman, sitoshna, sukha, dukha. They are not
Yes, Prabhu.
affected by that.
Yes,
The
perfect.
Dvaid is completely eradicated,
Thank you,
and
Prabhu.
Yatatmana, that means that they are always engaged in activities of self-realization.
Thank you, Prabhu. So that's the three
And
qualities and the fourth one.
Sarva Bhuta Hite Rata, that they are working in the welfare for other people. They are liberated, they have no impurities of their own. They are completely devoid of sins, devoid of dualities, Chinnadvaida. They are completely engaged. And now, because they are so purified, they are engaged in welfare activities of others.
Thank you. So these four qualifications or characteristics, if someone has, what will be the result, Aish Prabhu? Read in Sanskrit.
Uh, Lavante Brahma Nirvana,
Hari
that they will
Bol.
be achieving the supreme.
Right? So you understand? So the four qualities are
Yes, sir.
given. That person will achieve Brahm Nirvana. Not anyone and everyone will achieve. If you are just being very selfish, actually, you're not doing Sarvbhuti Terata. As per Krishna, you'll not achieve Brahm Nirvana. Huh? So many times we say what these yogis are doing, they're just being selfish. They're doing meditation on themselves. But if you are doing that, that means you are still not fully qualified for Brahma Nirvana. This Krishna is speaking. Huh? So if you want to become fully qualified, you have to work for the welfare of others. Prahlad Maharaj says, I know some yogis who go to Himalayas for their swarthanishta. Naivo duje para duratya vaitaranyas. So they go to Himalaya for their swartha, but I am not one of them. I am not one of them. Why? Because I am worried for the people who have not gone back to Godhead. I want to do something for them. I want to do. So a devotee, Prabhupada, for example, he could sit in the Radha Damodar temple very nicely. He is already printing books. He could have sent some books here and there. But he did not sit. At the age of 70, he's trying to cross the ocean with no money, no contacts, nothing. This is called Sarva Bhut Hite Rataha. He was worried about other jivas, how other jivas are going to get liberated. For him, he has already achieved Krishna, no doubt in that. Uh, so Sarva Bhut Hite Rataha is very, very important. Okay, let's move to the next one. I'll just read Prabhupada line here, very nice. A person engaged only in ministering to the physical welfare. Now here, Prabhupada also expanding on what does Sarvbhutite Rata means, not just feeding the external body, which is nice, but what we have to do, work on soul. The person only engaged in ministering to the physical welfare of human society cannot factually help anyone. Now, it's a big statement. Big statement, huh? They are working for the body. Prabhupada is saying cannot actually help it. The real cause of one's difficulties in the hard struggle for life may be found in one's forgetfulness of his relationship with the Supreme Lord. When a man is fully conscious of his relationship with Krishna, he is actually a liberated soul, although he may be in the material tabernacle. So the point here is you have to work for soul. Prabhupada said once, what's the difference between missionary activities and us? That means ESCON. The missionary activities, they can, when you go to them, they can give you some free prasad or say free food, free medication. They may provide some other facilities for the body. But we are not like that. We are not missionaries. We are not one of the missionaries. Why? Because we may feed you as well when you come to us. But that's not the only thing we do. We'll feed you prasad. We'll give you darshan. We'll give you kirtan. We'll give you class. We'll give you bhagavatam. We'll give you Bhagavad Gita. So that your soul is awakened. Your soul is awakened. Missionary activities, they will just look after your body. And Prabhupada said, looking after body is like for a drowning person, you come out with his coat and say, I've saved the person, I've saved the person. No, you just save the coat. That's all. And one day the coat will go. This body will go. This body will go. So unless you help on a spiritual platform, Prabhupada is saying, actually they're not helping. They're not helping. We have to understand the difference. Okay, let's start from birth. Okay, Ayush Prabhuji.
Sorry, Prabhu, just one question regarding the last verse.
Sure.
It says that one who is like Shinna, Kalmusha, and Chinna Dvaida, these qualities they engage in Sarva Bhuta Hirite Rata. But sometimes we see like devotees, we are engaged in these services. Like for example, I would say Harinam, book distribution, they are also Sarva Bhuta Hite Rata.
Yeah.
But we may not necessarily have these qualities. We may not be Shinna Kalmasha. So how do we understand this? Like, how do we understand this?
Very nice question, Prabhu. Prabhu is asking a very practical question. We got on Harinam book distribution. Now, we have not yet achieved this Shina Kalmasha. We don't have Chinna Dvaida, and we are not constantly engaged in the self-realizing activities. That's the question, Aish Prabhu? Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, so although we have not achieved these qualities as yet in full, but because we are doing it for Krishna, Krishna fulfills the gap. A spiritual master fulfills the gap. So although you may be only 60% qualified, for example, just an example, before you leave the body to go back to Godhead, but when your spiritual master in Krishna sees this soul has done very nice effort for me, they fulfill the gap. So you have to be qualified. My Guru Maharaj said you have to be 100% pure before you can go back to Godhead. 100% pure. But what if you are not there? If you are not there, you will meet your spiritual master at the gate and he will fulfill the gap. So Prabhu, although we may not have those qualities, but we will be given those grace marks. Another way of looking at it, it says in Srimad Bhagavatam, when anyone chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra or Krishna Nam, just say Krishna Nam, Ram, Krishna, Govind, Murari, whatever bona fide primary names of Krishna, if he's chanting, he can only chant those names once he has done all the tapasyas, he has taken bath in all the holy rivers, he has done all sorts of dan. He has already achieved that, then only he is able to chant. Otherwise, a person cannot chant constantly. For example, you are chanting, I'm saying, say, minimum 16 rounds a day. It's not possible for a normal conditioned soul to be able to chant 16 rounds a day. It's not possible. They may chant here and there, but it's not possible. So, Devhuti Mata says to Kapil Muni, only people who have done all the tapasyas, all the dan they have done all the pious activities, they start chanting the name of Krishna. So you're all actually so fortunate. So you do not underestimate this value of chanting Hare Krishna. We may have many demerits within our character. We may be having some weaknesses in our character, but because we are able to chant Krishna's name by Krishna's mercy, some devotees' mercy, um, it is so powerful that going forward on the way, Ayush Prabhu, all these things will automatically be achieved because they are the byproduct. So chanting will lead you to perfection. So although you may be imperfect, we may be, not you, we are imperfect, but through chanting, the process of chanting is so powerful that all these qualities in due course of time will be achieved. And even if you don't achieve it fully when you leave your body, your spiritual master, if you are sincere, if we are sincere, he will give you the grace marks. Does that make sense, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so
One
much.
more example comes to my mind, Prabhupada used to give. If you have a $5 note, Prabhu, Ayush Prabhu, in your pocket, if you have $10 note in your pocket, if you have $20 note in your pocket, but Amrit Prabhu has $2,000 note in his pocket. So this $2,000 includes $5, $20, $10. Ayush Prabhu, you cannot say, Amrit Prabhu, hey, you only have one note. I have three notes. I have $20, I have $10, I have $5. You may have three notes, but those three notes are already included in $2,000. Does it right? So when we serve Krishna, all these $5, $10 bills, and people may be doing some Gayatri Yagya, this Shanti Yagya, that Shanti Yagya. So Prabhupada said they're all included within chanting Hare Krishna. Does it make sense?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
So you're doing
Yes,
the
Prabhu.
biggest activity, Prabhu. All these things will be taken care by Krishna. Very nice question, Prabhu. It's a very practical question. Similar thing you will feel, Aishwa, when you read Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 2nd chapter, last or towards the last, I think 6 to 49 to 6 to 43. Yamdutas are glorifying Ajamil. How many qualities? If I'm not wrong, he had like 15, 16 qualities of Brahman. When you read it, you'll feel like I don't even one. And that qualified Brahman fell down just by seeing one scene. And you'll get surprised. How are we here? How are we here? We are so unqualified. And the explanation says, by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Ajamil was so qualified. You can read in Bhagavatam. And Yamdutas are explaining how qualified Brahman he was, but that qualified Brahman fell down. And we are not falling down only because of the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These things are inconceivable to our material senses, but actually it's going on. It's going on. How many people are trying to become devotee? Very few. And out of those few, Purushānam Sahasreshu Kashchid Yatati Siddhaya. Very few try to start doing this endeavor. And out of those who are endeavoring, very few achieve the perfection. Okay, let's do 526. Who would like to do? Aishra, you have something else to add?
Sorry, Prabhu, I don't want to take up too much time, but just like the point that you were making, uh, just one thing was there that, like sometime I was listening to one lecture where one very famous book distributor, he was saying that I was in a country where I was distributing book, and he saw this homeless guy who, when he met, he said that I was an initiated disciple of Prabhupada. I was engaged in book distribution, but then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. So and I was getting like bewildered. I've seen like in my eyes also a lot of devotees have engaged in a lot of service, doing a lot of sincere service. But then one day they fall down, and we look at the circumstance and we see that, why is Krishna giving them such a bad set of cards? So that just bothers. Like sometimes I question like why does this
Okay.
happen where this person is actually engaged in Sarva Bhuta Rite Loka, but at the same time, you
Yeah.
see the consequences are not very favorable. He's
Okay.
fallen
Thank you.
down. He's in a very
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice question. All I can say, Prabhu, you're just looking a part of the movie. You're not looking at the whole movie. This is just a part. What you're looking from your eyes, and that may be true at this point in time. He is a homeless person. He is Prabhupada disciple and all that. Why did he come to that stage? My assumption is, again, Krishna knows the best. Some big Vaishnava aparadh. Only that is the way where you can come down so down. Otherwise, it's not possible. And whatever services this person has done, Krishna has promised in 2nd chapter. Anyone knows the verse where Krishna has promised? Even if you do a little bit of devotion, your upliftment is guaranteed. And in the 6th chapter, which we're going to read later. What is that verse? 240? Anyone remembers? Everyone knows now. Neha bhi
नेहा विक्रमणा षष्ठी प्रत्यवायो न
न
विद्यते
विद्यते विद्यमान करता ही नहीं है. It does not exist. स्वल्पम अल्प माने थोड़ा, स्वल्पम माने बहुत थोड़ा. स्वल्पम अपि यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. So Ayush Prabhu, responding back to your question and the situation which you described, it is navid, it does not exist. Now why are you seeing that person in that way? Because he needs some purification. Again, I'm not judging it, I'm just hypothetically answering that question. Krishna, by Krishna's great mercy, he needs some purification. He has offended some Vaishnava, and the result for temporary time being is this, so that he can realize what he has done, what he should not have done, and he will revert it back. He will revert it back. It has to happen. Like sometimes, Prabhu, even when Krishna was too naughty, what Yashoda Maya did? He tied Krishna, isn't it? He took the freedom away. So I show maybe sometimes your mother or father may have chastised you for some naughtiness. Was it right or no? Everyone. I've been chastised hundreds and thousands of times. But was it for our good, Ayush Prabhu, or for bad? At least now.
for a good
For our good, right? Your
yeah.
mother may chastise you, not because she hates you, but because she loves you. But during the chastisement period, you may feel like, my mother doesn't love me, my mother is like my enemy. So it happens. So Krishna also puts a devotee in a particular situation for a particular time, so that he can realize what he should not have done. I should have listened to my mother or father. And when you realize that, you will revert it back. They love you. They love you. Krishna loves you. It's not possible. It's not possible that a person like that can come down in this situation forever. So it's just temporary, Prabhuji. It's temporary.
So, Prabhu, like even sorry, I'm taking too much time. Just okay. Like even if one commits Vaishnava Aparadh, like usually we hear it's mad elephant offense and your bhakti goes away. But that is actually like the suffering he goes through because of Vaishnava Aparadh is just a rectification. Like Krishna chastising him, so he gets purified, but he can still progress in bhakti. Or is it that because in my understanding it was once you commit Vaishnava Aparadh, that's the end of your bhakti, and
No,
that's
no,
what I've
it's not
seen
it.
also.
No, Prabhuji. It's not like that, Prabhu. It's not the end. It's just, suppose, Prabhu, you put in your savings account every day $10, $10, $10, $10. At the end of 1 year, Prabhuji, how much money you will have in your savings account? Just a rough.
Lot of dollars.
Lot of dollars, okay. Say $3,650, for example, right? Now you commit
Yes.
some aparad, and the court freezes your account. You know, account freezing? It is your money, you cannot access. And after your aparad is clear, for example, you were proven by the court not guilty, then you can re-access your account. Vaishnava aparad is like that. So account is not gone. Your $3,650 is not gone anywhere. What Krishna does is freezes the account. Freezes the account means you cannot access, you cannot relish the bhakti as you used to relish. Because you have done Vaishnava aparad and your mind will be going towards material enjoyment, material things. You may commit actually more aparad, but your bhakti account is non-depletable and non-deletable. No one can delete, but it can be frozen for time being, because like a kid, suppose you become pagal, you become mentally retarded, then you cannot access, because if you access your account, you will misuse the money, right? So Krishna freezes the account. He said, okay, beta, you are not eligible to use this $3,000. You stay away from it. When you become eligible, you come back. When Hanumanji was cursed in the childhood, what happened? His Shaktis was not taken away. He forgot his Shakti. And when the right time came, Jamvan reminded him, he regained all his Shakti. So Shaktis were there. Your account is there with you. You cannot access your account. Your court has put a restriction on you. This Krishna's court has put a restriction that Ayush Prabhu's money is frozen for next 3 years, for example. Does it make sense?
So in terms of devotional service, freezing account means like
Your taste goes.
how do we
Your taste goes.
taste goes okay.
You don't want to feel go to temple. These devotees are hypocrite. They are pagal.
Mm-hmm.
This is that aparadi. That you see all the faults in there. Faults may be there, but 3 years ago you're not looking at the faults. You're looking at the good part of the devotee. Temple is made up of people like you and me. We have faults. So what I will do from tomorrow, for example, I'll just look faults in you, faults in you, faults in you. I'll look fault in Prabhupada, look fault in Bhagavad Gita, I'll look fault in everywhere, because my mind is just contaminated right now. And maybe after 3 verse or 4 verse, I'll come back to my sins. I'll say, oh my God, what I have done, and I'll restart again. Then Krishna will unfreeze the account. Automatically you get the, suppose you go on book distribution, you meet some person who's very enthusiastic, very, very enthusiastic, maybe uni guy or something, very new person. He picks up chanting within 3 months, 16 rounds. He starts reading Bhagavad Gita. Another person you nurture, 10 years have passed, he has not even read the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. I have seen, Prabhu. 20 years have passed, they have not even read one time Bhagavad Gita as yet. They come to temple, they are very nice people. Another person you'll see, within 3 months, full devotee, shaved up, dhoti kurta, 16 rounds, Ekadashi, Mangala Arti, all that. How does it happen? It's just the way it is. Is it clear now?
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Yes, it's clear. Sorry for taking so much
No,
time,
no
but
problem, no problem.
I got a lot of
Nice
clarity.
question. Shobit Prabhu, if it is quick one, I will take. Otherwise, we'll keep it towards the end. Okay, Shobit Prabhu is very kind. Okay, let's do 526. So, who wants to do? Lakshmi Priya Mataji.
Mama krodha vimuktanam yatinam yata chetasam sam abhito brahma nirvanam vartate viditatmanam. Those who are free from anger and all material desires, who are self-realized, self-disciplined, and constantly endeavoring for perfection, are assured of liberation in the Supreme in the very near future.
Thank you, Mataji. So again, Abhito Brahma Nirvana. Brahma Nirvana word is used again and again and again in this section. What is saying? How do you achieve? Again, more qualifications are given. Kama, Krodha, Vimuktanam. So everyone understands Kama and Krodha. So Mukta refers to freed. Vimukta refers to V, wherever the V word comes, many times at least. Vishesha, Visheshakam. Vishesh means thoroughly cleansed up with Kama and Krodha. So not temporarily cleaned up. So Prabhu, yesterday I did not have any desires, I did not have any Krodha. Fine. But tomorrow it will come. Tonight it will come. So Kama Krodh Vimuktanam Sarva Dharmanu Parityaja. So not Tyaja, Parityaja. Parityaja means thoroughly giving up. So you're not going to go back. Suppose you get retired, at least in India, Anand Prabhu, the age is I guess 60 or whatever. When you get retired, can you come back? You can't. Retire, gone. पूरा सेवा निवृत्त कहते हैं हिंदी में. सेवा निवृत्त, रिटायर हो गए वो प्रभु जी. So kama krodha vikta, thoroughly cleansed up with kama and krodha. Yati nam yat chedasam. Yati refers to a sannyasi. You would have read this word many times in Chaitanya Charitamrita. You read this yati means sannyasi. Yati nam yat chetasam. So he's constantly doing chetasa. Chetasa means his consciousness. Yat chetasam means he has full control over his consciousness. So he's not being controlled by his mind. He is controlling his mind. He has, Prabhupada writes, one who have full control over the mind. Abhita refers to near future. So one who have this qualification, they will receive Brahma Nirman. When they will receive, you can say, okay, after 10 million lifetimes. No, Abhito. Abhito means very, very soon. Very, very soon. So our Krishna consciousness will result when, Keshav Prabhu? Very, very soon. If we are sincerely practicing, it applies to everyone. Doesn't matter young or old or male, female, Australian, American. Anyone who is sincerely practicing, when the result will come, Keshav Prabhu?
Sure, next
Very
month.
soon. Very soon. That's what Bhagavatam is saying. Bhagavad Gita is saying. Assurance is given by Krishna. So have no doubt in that. Abhito Brahma Nirmanam Vartate Viditatmanam. They are constantly endeavoring for perfection and they are Vidita, enjoying within. Again, the same thing is emphasized again and again and again. They will receive Brahma Nirmanam. Let's move forward. This section here. Okay, I'll just go quickly. So this was the vision of Jnani. Where are we? Oh, yeah. Okay, so 5th chapter. We were in the second last section, 17 to verse 26. These 10 verses, what we read was the vision of Jnani. Now it's the last subsection of 5th chapter, introducing Dhyana Yoga and the peace formula. I'll explain that. What is it? So only 3 verses are there. 2 are dedicated to Dhyana Yoga, and they will result in Dhyana Yoga chapter, which we're going to read, chapter 6. And the peace formula 529 will result in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Are connected when I'm there. Okay, let's read the words. Okay, there's 5:27, 28. This is a big one. Who wants to read? Amrit Prabhu? He gets the big piece.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Sparshan Kritva Bahir Chakshushrevantare Bhurvo Pranapano Samao Kritva Nasabhyantara Charinao Yatendriya Mano Buddhi Munir Moksha Parayana Vigatecha Bhaya Krodho Yasada Mukta Evasa. Shutting out all external sense objects, keeping the eyes and vision concentrated between the two eyebrows, suspending the inward and outward breaths within the nostrils, thus controlling the mind, senses, and intelligence. The transcendentalist becomes free from desire, fear, and anger. One who is always in this stage is certainly liberated.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, Isparshan, who can translate this word? We have read it many times. Isparsha. Amrit Prabhu, you want to try?
Parshan is a touch.
Touch. What does
Sense of
touch mean
touch.
basically?
By the skin, by the eyes, by
Yeah. So senses coming in contact with sense object.
with
Huh?
sense
Any one of the
object.
senses can come in. That is called sparsha. So sparsha is not just hand touch. It's sparsha. Sparshan kartva bahir bahyas. So bahyas refers to bahari, external. Bahir bahyas. Chakshus. So sparshan kartva bahir bahyas. He's shut down all the bahya sparsha. It does not mean he does not see, he does not listen. He's not interested. He's not attached. He will still see, but he's not attached. Now, right now we are attached. Suppose we like some picture, like, oh, where is that picture? Can you show me that picture? Sparshan karta bahir bayas. Chakshus. Chakshu refers to akshu. Adhokshaj. So aksha refers to eyes. Adhokshaj. Krishna's one name is eyes. Chakshu. There is a word called adhyaksha. So where adhyaksha comes, this is related to eyes. So chakshu chay antare bhruvo. Bhruvo. Bhruvi, this is bhrakuti, eyebrows. So what you have to focus your eyes on in the middle of the eyebrows. So chakshus chaivantare bhruvoho pranapan. So prana and apan, there are two types of vayu. There are 5 types of vayu. It's talking about 2 types of vayu, prana and apan. Samau kratva. So one vayu goes outward, one vayu goes downwards. So what is doing? Samakrata. So yogis can do it. Don't ask me how to do it. They can do. Advanced yogis can do all this. They can inward and outward vayu. They can put in balance. Samakratva, they can put in balance. Nasabhyantar charino. So nasika agra. So everyone knows the tip of the nose. So they also focus on the tip of the nose. We'll read more about it in 6th chapter. Similar concepts. So this is the physical aspect this verse is talking. Let's look at the internal aspect. This is all physical, external aspects. Yatta indriya mano buddhir. Everyone understands that? Indriya is senses, mano, mind, buddhir is intelligence. Munir moksha parayana. This person is what? Moksha parayana. What does parayan mean? Who knows? We have discussed this many times. Parayan. Devoted. So devotees are Narayan Parayana. This karmis are Kama Krodha Parayana. But this Muni, this person which we are talking here, is Moksha Parayana, that he is looking forward for moksha. He knows I am not going to get happiness within this material world, and he is doing these externals, right, for this verse, particular verse, and the internals. For what purpose? Moksha Parayana. His goal is what? Moksha, liberation. I have to get out of the 3 modes of material nature. So Munir Moksha Parayana, and then Vigat Iksha Bhaya Krodha. So what are the 3 words used here, Amrit Prabhu? Ichha, Bhaya, Krodha. Anyone remembers any other verse which we have read in the past which has these 3 words? A famous verse. Ichha, Bhaya, Krodha.
Krodhat bhavati sammoha.
Krodhat Bhaya Sammoha. No,
No,
not that
no,
one.
no.
That doesn't have
Yes.
Ichha, Bhaya, Krodha. Okay, that has Krodha. No Bhaya is there, no Ichha is there. Garima Mata knows that verse. Okay, who knows 4.9 first? Everyone knows it. Janma.
Janma karma samedhi.
Janma.
Okay, next one. 4.10. 4.10 Vit Rag Bhaya Krodha Manmaya Mam Upashita Bhavo Gyan Tapsa Puta Mad Bhavam Agataha. So that verse was there. Where we expect Ichha means, what does Ichha mean? Who can say?
Desires.
Material desires, we can say, right? So in this sense,
Yes.
in this context, also it can be spiritual as well. So Ichha, Bhaya, what does Bhaya refers to? Okay, desires for what?
Fear.
Yeah, fear. Okay, that's fine. But what is the Ichha, Amrit Prabhu or
Sense
Ananda?
gratification.
Sense gratification, right? What is Bhaya?
A fear of death or old age.
Not really, not in this context. So here Bhaya refers to we are fearful of, say, making material relationships. Suppose our relationship break down, huh? So we get fearful of making new relationship, right? So we get a fear. And then similarly, we have a fear of making a relationship with the Supreme. Because as material relationship has let us down, for example, we think, which is wrong, we think, some people, a group of people can think that if I make a spiritual relationship with the Supreme, that will also let me down. So let me merge into void. Huh? That's called a fear, which is called frustration. Due to material aspects which we may have gone through in our life, we are fearful of making any relationship, material or spiritual. Now, in our Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, what do we say? Material relationship will bring you down, no doubt about it. But a spiritual relationship, Krishna, one of the name of Krishna is Achyuta. Achyuta means he will never quit his promise. And he says, Mad Bhakta na pranakshati. When he's saying it, it will happen, isn't it? It will happen. It's meant to happen. So bhaya refers to that sort of bhaya, where due to material frustration, we also have bhaya for our spiritual identity. And the last is krodha. So krodha is there all the time. In the third chapter, when Arjun asks, what impels us to do the bad activity? Krishna says, Kama esha, krodha esha, rajo guna samadvaha. We know very well, kama and krodha, desires, material desires here, lust, and krodha and anger are two eternal enemies, isn't it? Nityavarina. Krishna uses the word Nityavari. Nitya means eternal enemy. They are eternal enemy. There's no doubt about it. So kama and krodha. So he's saying kama, so kama and ichha, same thing, right? Kama is desire, ichha is also desire. So kama, krodha plus bhaya. Bhaya, it refers to don't be scared about that spiritual identity, spiritual relationship. But some people are. And they are moksha. If you are in that situation, vigat refers to gone. Ichha is gone, bhaya is gone, krodha is gone. It's gone. So if it's all gone, yah sada mukta evasa. That is certainly mukta, liberated all the time. You understand this word? There's external aspect and internal. External refers to your body and focusing on your nostrils and the agra bhag of the nostrils and all that. And is saying he has full control over his senses, mind, and intelligence. He is moksha parayana. That means his goal. He's fully conscious about the goal. Some people are UPSC parayana, IAS becoming parayana. Their goal is, I have to pass this UPSC exam, do or die. If I don't pass, I will, sometime leave the body as well. All those things, So moksha parayana, his goal is very, very clear, very, very clear. He had no ichha, no material ichha. He has no bhaya and no krodha. He is sada mukta. Eva refers to certainly always liberated. Okay, so these two verses are the introduction to Dhyana Yoga. Krishna will expand these two verses in the whole chapter, sixth chapter, Dhyana Yoga, which will start soon. And now, Krishna will also introduce a bhakti aspect in this very, very famous verse 529. I think everyone knows this verse. Very beautiful verse. Let's read it and try to understand few aspects of this verse. Shashank Prabhu, would you like to do?
Uktaram yagna tapasham sarvaloka maheshwaram shudram sarvabhutanam gyantabam santim uchati. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material misery.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It's a beautiful verse. Prabhupada called this verse as a peace formula. Let's see how this verse is a peace formula. Prabhupada, I've heard in a lecture that he asked devotees to print pamphlets, and the heading of the pamphlet, the topic of the seminar, you can say in these days, peace formula. So if you want to know peace, please come and attend our Swami's seminar. Something like that they printed. Very nice. So Prabhupada said, if you know this verse correctly, then you will have peace. Let's see how you'll get peace. So we start in the fourth line here. Gyatva. Gyatva means who knows this. Mam refers to Krishna is saying me. Shantim rachati. He will achieve peace. So Krishna himself is saying. So if you know me like this, you will attain peace. So this is called a peace formula verse. Let's see what those aspects are. After knowing that, you will be in peace. Now here peace does not refers to the external peace, like there's lots of war going on in the world, lots of unrest is there. So we're not talking about that peace. Here the peace refers to mental peace. You can be in a very, very external, unstable situation, but still mentally will be completely peaceful. Who will be that? A bhakta. But if you're mentally disturbed, even the outside situations are very cool. You may still be crying. It says sometimes people sit in AC, their mind is still burning. Isn't it? Burning with desire, burning with anger. Because this didn't happen, that didn't happen, that person said something bad to me, this person betrayed me, and all those things. So they're sitting in an AC room with full comfort, but their mind is burning. So that's not the peace. So when mind is in peace, then you can feel peace everywhere. Suppose if someone is very peaceful, you see a sannyasi, he's so peaceful. I'm remembering say Keshav Maharaj, for example. You see Keshav Maharaj, all the peace comes just by looking at Maharaj. You don't even have to interact. And once you interact, you'll be more peaceful. Because he's internally peaceful. He's radiating peace outside. So we also does not have to, we have no control, practically no control over our external situations. External situations will be what they are. But we can try to change our internal. So this is what this verse is saying. Let's see what these aspects are. So Krishna is saying, me, Bhoktaram, I am the Bhokta. Krishna is saying, I am the Bhokta. Bhokta means enjoyer. Of what? Yajna and Tapasya. I am the Bhokta. I am the enjoyer of all the Yajnas. Sometimes, what does Yajna mean, Rajesh Prabhu?
Sacrifice.
What does sacrifice mean? What does sacrifice mean? Something which I could have enjoyed, I give it to someone else. Isn't it? That's what sacrifice is. Suppose a 5 kilo of rice, one bag, Rajesh Prabhu brings home. And Mataji said, give it to temple. Is that known as sacrifice? Yes.
Yeah.
You could have cooked it for yourself, but you give it to Krishna or give it to someone else. That's called sacrifice. Dan, charity. What you could have enjoyed, your money, for example, you earn $1,000, you decide to give $500 to Gopinath, for example, right? That is called sacrifice. What is simple definition? What I could have enjoyed, I give to someone else for a higher purpose. That's sacrifice. So when we are talking about sacrifice, generally speaking, when we sacrifice, what we think in our mind, तुम एक पैसा दोगे वो 10 लाख देगा. Or translate, if you give 1 cent or 10 cents, he will give you $1 million. That's how we sacrifice. So who is the bhokta here? Me. I am giving you or to win tempo sometime so that I can get name. Ghanshyam Prabhu, please put my name on the very top. He will say, okay, no worries, Prabhu. Right? So I am giving something to temple, for example, to a devotee, but for what purpose? My name should come first. I help a devotee. So I expect some help from him tomorrow. Anand Prabhu kal aapka help kiya tha. You forgot? If I say that, that means I had some intention in my mind to get something back from you when I was helping you, isn't it? And that's not a very high quality help.
Selfish motive.
Selfish motive. So I scratch your back, you scratch my back. I glorify you, you glorify me. So many times, if not all the times, many times when we perform even yajna, we have some selfish motive. Naam yajna, हम लोग को करना चाहिए नाम यज्ञ. And when we do yajna for the sake of name. Instead of नाम यज्ञ, we do yajna for the name sake. मेरा नाम होना चाहिए. So yajna means sacrificing, but sacrificing should be done not for us. Not I'm going to be at the receiving end. I will enjoy the fruits of this sacrifice. If I do some yajna, I go to Swargloka. What's my motive? This yajna is for me. There are yajnas in Shastra which you do. If you perform well, you will go to Swargloka. People perform actually. It's in Bhagavatam as well. So that yajna was not for Krishna. That yajna was for me. So here Krishna is saying, actually, who is the bhokta? I am the bhokta. Bhokta of yajna and bhokta of tapasya. Any time you perform an austerity. So now Purushottam is coming probably in 5 weeks' time. So I'm sure many devotees performing many tapasyas. But what should be the goal of tapasya? बहुत मोटे हो गए पुरुषोत्तम मास आ रहा है हरे कृष्णा that should not be the purpose of tapasya. The tapasya's purpose should be, if I can do some tapasya, say reduce eating, reduce sleeping, for example, so that I can chant more, and through that chanting or reading of shastra I can serve more. Through the service we're going to please Vaishnavas, we're going to please Krishna. That is the purpose of tapasya, not just to reduce your body fat. Huh? In Kartik, I did some tapasya and I lost 6 kilos. Very good tapasya. Very good tapasya. Uh, that means you don't understand the goal of the tapasya. The goal of tapasya is not to reduce body fat by 5 kilos or 10 kilos. That may be required, but that's not the goal. So Krishna is saying, I am the bhokta of all the yajnas, of all the tapasyas. Now, when we talk about the yajnas, this is a very selfish motive. It can also be related to our karma yoga or karma kanda. So it says the goal of karma kanda and the goal of karma yoga. Krishna is saying it's me. Tapasya, austerity. Who performed tapasya? Jnana yogi performed tapasya. So our acharyas explain on this particular verse the goal of GY or Jnana yoga. I call it JY, GY. Tapasya, austerity is also Krishna. Sarva Lok Maheshwaram. Krishna is Sarva Lok Maheshwaram. So you may be a Maheshwar of a 2-bedroom apartment, 4-bedroom house somewhere. But can you say you are the owner of Sydney? Any owner of Sydney sitting here? Any owner of Australia, owner of this chimney, very tiny, insignificant piece of earth? What to speak of universe? But there are unlimited universes, and that's just 1/4 of the creation. 3/4 is also there. And spiritual creation. Krishna is saying, Sarva Lokam, I am the Sarva Lok Maheshwaram. I am the owner of all that exists. All that exists. So whatever we possess, and that is also borrowed from CBA, NAB, whatever mortgage you are paying, Krishna is Sarva Lok Maheshwaram. So Krishna is the supreme proprietor. He is the supreme enjoyer. So supreme enjoyer refers to Bhoktaram. Supreme proprietor refers to Sarvalok Maheshwaram. Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. So Suhrad refers to Hrid means Hriday, heart. Suhrad means one who is very close to heart. Suhrad refers to one who is very well-wisher of a person. Suhrad. Krishna is Suhrad. We may think our money is Suhrad, our president friend is Suhrad. No one is your Suhrad. Only Krishna is your Suhrad. Parents and relatives may be Suhrad up to an extent, but Krishna is the best well-wisher. Dhruv Maharaj mother Suniti said to Dhruv Maharaj, my dear son, the love I can give you, Krishna or Lord Vishnu can give you 10 million mothers' love put together. This is Suniti speaking to Dhruv Maharaj. I can give you some love. Now, Suniti loved Dhruv Maharaj. Mother's love is compared in this material world with the love of Krishna because it is very pure. It may not be supremely pure, but very close to Shuddha. But Suniti is saying to Dhruva, Beta, I can give you some love, but Krishna can give you 10 million mothers' love put together. That much love Vishnu can do. Go to and take shelter of Vishnu. That's the mother. It says when Hanumanji was bringing the Himalaya Parvat back. Everyone knows that pastime. When Lakshman is Murchit, he's unconscious, so Himalaya. Hanumanji goes to Himalaya Parvat and bringing the mountain back. While he was traversing back from Himalaya to Lanka, Bharat saw, he's passing over Ayodhya. Bharat saw, because Bharat is always protecting Ayodhya. Bharat saw this big giant mountain is going over Ayodhya. What if it's a demon is going to, put this mountain on Ayodhya, so all the Ayodhya Vasis will die. So what he did, he threw an arrow in the air and he brought Hanumanji down with the pahad outside Ayodhya. He was living in Nandigram. So outside Ayodhya, he shot an arrow to Hanumanji and he just went down, and Hanumanji became a bit hurt. He was a bit unconscious, but even in unconscious state, he was saying Ram, Ram, Ram. Then Bharat understood, oh my God, what I have done. I've hurt a devotee of Lord Ram. Anyway, when Hanumanji came back to consciousness, he said, who are you? And he said, I'm Ram Bhakta Hanuman. I'm the Das of Ramji, and he explained the whole thing in a nutshell of the battle is going on. Lakshman is Murshid. He said, oh, Lakshman is unconscious. He's going to die if you don't reach by tomorrow morning. He was in anxiety. And Hanumanji said, please give this news to Sumatra Maya. So Bharat said, I cannot give this news to Sumatra Maya. I cannot give, it's too painful. You tell Sumitra Maya. So it says, Hanumanji went to Sumatra Maya and told Bharat, Lakshman is unconscious while he was having a battle with Meghnad. He got an arrow, and if I don't reach on time, he's going to die. You know what Sumitra Maya said? He said, oh, Lord Ram took my son and he's in this state now. He said, if Lakshman dies tomorrow, you come back to Ayodhya, I will give you Shatrugna. That's a mother. That's something. If Lakshman dies tomorrow, you are not able to say, come back, I'll give you Shatrugna. Take Shatrugna. Let them serve Lord Ram. Let them serve Lord Ram. This is a mother. This is a Vaishnavi. And this is how a Vaishnav should be. If one hand goes, take my another hand. Brothers are walking in front of Indra. Indra is cutting one arm, second arm, leg, head, everything is gone. He is still chanting inside. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That's a devotee. That's a devotee. Externally, no matter what happens, service should continue. He's saying, what's the phala of service? Service. Phala of service is not embrace of Krishna, sitting next to Krishna. Phala of service is service. If you're getting service, do not complain. Do not complain. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Krishna. Now, you may not be able to attend every single service. We are limited. But the point is, your heart should be grateful to Krishna. Thank you, Krishna, for thinking about me, because this service is the one which is going to purify me. Prabhupada used to say, service now and aram later. So don't seek comforts within Krishna consciousness. Seek service. Seek service. When you go to temple, when you go to a sangha, seek service. Prabhuji, Mataji, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? We may not be so eligible, but whatever we can do, have this service attitude. The service attitude will give you more seva, and that will lead to purification and eventually love of Godhead. So Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. Krishna loves how many living entities? Sarva Bhutanam, not just humans, not just Australians, not just Indians, not just ISKCON devotees. Sarva Bhutanam. Krishna loves every single living entity. So Sushant Prabhu, how many living entities we should love?
All the living entities, bro.
All of them, not just ISKCON devotees. I'm sorry to say, as we have this vision, I'm better than you. Sorry, Krishna will not like it. You may be better in terms of your journey, in your progress, which we are very thankful, very grateful to Krishna and devotees. But we should not think I'm better than other person. They may be atheists, but you still have inside in your heart a feeling of he's also Krishna's son and daughter. He's just forgotten. And my duty is to remind him or help him in awakening his soul back to Krishna. And I will do whatever little capacities I may have. So Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. So what are the three qualities of Krishna? He is Bhokta, he is the enjoyer. Everyone can make a note of. He is the full enjoyer. Not when we say all glories to Prabhupada, that means Anand Prabhu, how many glories to me and you?
Zero.
Zero. So in the mind we still think, thoda to glory mera hoga. No, all glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. We give everything. So Krishna is Bhoktaram. How much Bhokta? 100%. 100% Bhokta. Bhoktaram Yagta from Sarvalok Mehta. He is the full proprietor. Proprietor means he is the owner of that property. We are not the owner. We don't even own the body. Any proof anyone knows? We don't even own the body. Karima Mata, can you prove that you don't own your body? I'm sorry to say that. What's the proof? How would you prove, a layman, that you're not the owner of the body?
जो प्रभु जी मे बी जो इंटरनल एक्सटर्नल कष्ट आते हैं हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं है.
True. That's a very, very nice aspect. Even the facilities or the intellect which you have in the body can be taken away next second. Is it right?
Yeah.
I have this speaking power. My power can be taken away next moment. I can lift my hand right now. The power can be taken away. I don't want this power to go, but it can go. That means I was not the owner, isn't it? If I was the owner, I'll always be speaking. I will always be very beautiful, smart, young. But no, that's taken away from me. That means I'm not the owner. I'm renting this house. And what's the rent we are paying? Anyone? Oh, how much is the rent you have paid? Garima Mata or anyone? Anyone paid any rent? How many dollars, Yash Prabhu? $300 a week for this body? Our karma. We have paid the rent of our karma to assume this body. Our body may be beautiful, very intellectually smart, maybe very rich and blah, blah, blah. You have paid for it actually through your karma. And how are you going to pay for the next body? Through the karma of this body. Next body is waiting. So you do good karma, you get good body. You do bad karma, you get bad body. Simple as that. So you are paying the dollars of karma. So now you earn lot of dollars. All of you, please earn lot of dollars. Prabhupada says, at least become a human being next birth. Don't slide down. Don't slide down. Don't do bad activities so that you become pashu, animal in next life, or bird or aquatic. Then you cannot chant Hare Krishna. You cannot read Bhagavad Gita. When you are human, you can do Bhakti Shastri. Animals can't do it, huh? So now Bhakti Shastri is not the goal. Awakening the love of God is the goal. This is just a means, and hopefully it's a very nice means. By reading Bhagavad Gita, we get to know more about Krishna, and hopefully we love Krishna towards the end. Okay, so he's the bhokta, he's the enjoyer, he's the proprietor, and he's the supreme benefactor. So what are the three qualities of Krishna? Who can say?
Enjoyer, proprietor, and supreme well-wisher.
Thank you. So supreme well-wisher. So if you know this, what will happen? Shanti mrachati, shanti mrachati. Huh? So I'm not the owner. So you don't try to own so much. Huh? Now, again, owning so much is not wrong, but you think it's Krishna's property. And he is the proprietor. He's a bhokta. Yes, I have any sukha, I have any skills. Actually, bhokta is Krishna. I have to offer this to Krishna. Whatever I have, little bit given by Krishna, should be offered it back to Krishna. Bhoktaram and Surdam. Whatever conditioning is happening in our life, whatever Ayush Prabhu was explaining, Krishna has given the bad cards. Krishna actually never gave the bad cards. He always gave good cards. Because Ayush Prabhu, Krishna doesn't have bad cards in his pocket. He only has good cards. But our eyes perceive, I also perceive, Prabhu, I'm not denying that. My eyes perceive this is a bad situation. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a verse, it says, Ei bhalo, ei manda, ei sab brahma. Any Bengalis here? I'm not a Bengali, but Bengali will correct me if I'm wrong. So, ei bhalo, bhalo means good. Ei manda, this is wrong. Ei sab brahma. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita saying. So, even so-called good or so-called bad, it can all be illusion. Why? The bad situation, when the bad comes, when bad came to Pandavas, actually Pandavas emerged as better person, as more powerful person. Huh? And sometimes so-called good time can lead it to very bad time. Because if I'm a billionaire, I start misusing my money. Anand Krishna Prabhu. Example from Shastra you can give. A very rich person misused his money and became a tree. I've said the answer actually. Nal Kuber and Mani Griva. Huh? Everyone knows Damodar Mas. We are doing Damodar programs as well. Huh? They were the sons of Kubera. Ayush Prabhu was a good card or bad card? Very good card.
Good card, Prabhu.
Good card, isn't it? Madira hai, Apsarai hai, Nandan Garden hai. What else we want? But it actually became a bad card for them. But after they received the bad card, they became tree. They became devotees. They became devotees. So so-called bad can be very good. Can be very good. Okay. So what are the three things we learned? He's the bhokta. He's the proprietor. He's the enjoyer. He's the supreme benefactor. Now we talked about jnana. So jnana refers to he's the goal of karma kanda and karma yoga. Tapasya refers to he's the goal of jnana yoga. Sarlok Maheshwaram. He is the goal of all the demigod worship as well. When we worship demigod, what do we want? We want proprietorship over lokas. When Hiranyakashipu came, what did he ask to Brahmaji? Give me proprietorship of all the planetary system. Brahmaji said, okay, tathastu, ho gaya. Sarvlok Mahesham. Suhurdam, he is the benefactor of Ashtanga Yoga as well. Hirda refers to, we'll read about the Ashtanga Yogi in next chapter. Ashtanga Yogi, what he's doing? He's meditating on Paramatma, who sits in the region of heart. So Suhrad refers to, he is the benefactor, he's the supreme goal of Ashtanga Yogi. Sarva Bhutanam, he is the goal of all. Bahunam, what's that verse? Vasudeva Sarveti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabhaha. Bahunam Janmanamte Jnanavan Mam Prapaddate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. 719. We'll read when we go to 7th chapter. So Krishna is goal of Karma Kanda and Karma Yoga. Krishna is the goal of Jnana Yoga. Krishna is the goal of all the demigod worship. Krishna is the goal of Ashtanga Yogi, as well as Krishna is the goal of everything. Now once you know that, will you not be peaceful? Will not be peaceful. Mera kya kaam hai? Krishna is everything. So when you understand Krishna in that way, Gyatva Mam Shanti Mrachati. So this is why this verse is known as peace formula. So if you want to have peace with God. Don't try to have peace with the world. Anyone can have peace with the world? Lakshmi Mata, can you establish peace in the world? No, you can. You're a devotee. Anyone here can claim that I can establish peace in the material world? No claimers are there? Keshav Prabhu, you can? He's a very powerful devotee. Not possible. Sorry to say this. Because this material world is stamped. What's the stamp, Amrit Prabhu? Dukkhalayam
Ashashvatam.
Ashashvatam. Dukkha. Who has stamped it, Prabhu? You or me? Who has stamped this as Dukhalayam Shashvatam? Stamp किसने लगाई?
Krishna.
Krishna ने
Krishna
लगाई.
has.
How can you revert? Can anyone revert? Anyone is powerful enough to revert Krishna's stamp? No. So you cannot have peace in this material world forever. It's just not possible. Prabhupada said, till the time even one drop of cow touches the bhumi, touches the earth, the peace cannot, wars cannot stop. Prabhupada said, one drop of cow's blood. So how many cows are getting killed? This is just one aspect I'm talking. Huh? So when the cows or animals are getting slaughtered, their blood is touching the earth, the wars cannot be stopped. It's just not possible. Huh? So you cannot establish peace in this material world. But you can have peace within. And then you can radiate the peace to others. And you can distribute books. You can chant Harinam, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And that will establish peace up to a great extent. And if Krishna desires, we all go back to Godhead. And then there will be supreme peace there. Okay, Amrit Prabhu.
So I just had this question of how Krishna enjoys the yajna and tapasya.
How Krishna
Like
enjoys. Yeah.
how, yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a short answer if that's okay. So in Bhagavatam, there's a verse where Krishna says, instead of giving water to different leaves, you give water to the root of the plant. Do you do that, Amrit Prabhuji?
Yes,
Yeah. So in the
yes.
temples, for example, you are giving water to Tulsi Rani. So do you water every leaf? You can clean every leaf, that's fine. But you give water to the root. So when you give water to the root, what happens? Your whole plant is satisfied. When you give prasadam to your tummy, your whole body is healthy. You cannot give water separately to your eyes, to your nose. You cannot put some
Yeah.
dal here, rasagulla here. You cannot do that. Although your legs can claim that I am working, your hands are working, tummy ने तो कुछ काम ही नहीं किया. So this is how Krishna is the root. Tasmin tushte jagat tushta. So when you offer everything to Krishna for his pleasure, we become automatic. Our eyes will automatically feel pleasure, hands will feel pleasure, whole body will feel nourished. So
True.
our feeling should be while we're doing any activity, during the activity, and the attaining the phala of the activity, both should be offered to Krishna's pleasure. If that makes sense.
So basically, Krishna is taking our love and devotion from this yajna and tapasya,
Yes,
and he's enjoying that.
he's enjoying. If you offer, suppose Prabhuji, you make some bhoga for Krishna, some roti dal or whatever you make for Krishna, he enjoys. A simple example I'll give Prabhu. If your kid, your younger brother or younger sister have gone to school, your mother will make very nice dishes for your brother or sister. When they come home and when they eat nicely, your mother become pleased or not pleased? When they eat nicely.
Yes.
Mummy, ek aur chapati. Mama, ek aur chapati. Mama, little bit more dal, little bit more kheer. They become happy actually. They become happy. So similarly, our Supreme Mother, Hara or Krishna, they become supremely pleased when we do the activity of them. And they don't need Prabhuji chapatis from us. They don't need dal from us. In Vaikuntha Loka, Lakshmi Sahasra Sat Sambram Se Vimanam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamanusami. Sahasra Lakshmi, not one Lakshmi. Thousands of Lakshmi serving Krishna. What will we serve Krishna? But he takes our bhava and he relishes. He really relishes. It's a Jagannath Ji. It's not like he's having an emotion of eating. No, no, he eats. He eats through. He really eats, and his stomach gets full. There's so many stories. So many stories. Yeah, Jagannath Ji really eats, Prabhu. Gopinath eats. I'll give you one example. Two examples actually. Radha Madhav in Mayapur. Everyone has seen Mayapur Radha Madhav. And this is not I'm making up. This is written in the books. Radha Madhav dresses which were prepared in 1970s whenever they were installed, and the dresses now, the size of Madhav is changed. Madhav has become fat. He has gained weight. I'm not kidding. The tailor is saying the same statement is made by a Muslim tailor who sees the dress of Radha Gopinath in Mumbai. He's a Muslim. He's not a devotee, but he's saying, how come the DT size has changed? The pajama Krishna used to wear 20 years ago doesn't fit him anymore. I'm not kidding, bro. This you can listen in the lecture, bro. So deities are eating, Prabhu. Deities are eating. Devotees have seen Radha Madhav playing. One time, Radha Gokulanand temple in Manor, Radha Gokulanand is there, very nice, and Lord Ram is also there. So Prabhupada was giving class, and during the class, Prabhupada said, "Today Radha Gokulanand is happily dancing." Prabhupada said that, happily dancing. So Prabhu, Krishna not only just like having a feeling of Amrit Prabhu offered something in the plate. No, actually he eats.
Yeah.
He eats. One more example comes to my mind. Okay, when Sanatana Goswami got the Radha Madan Mohan tea, it's a big story, but anyway, Sanatana Goswami said, "Don't come to me." And Krishna saying, "No, no, I want to come to you." Anyway, he comes and he gives sukhi chapati, dry chapati. And Madan Mohan said, "Thoda namak de dete to acha tha. Can you please give me some salt?" And Sanatana Goswami said, "Today you're asking for salt, tomorrow you ask for ghee, then you ask for sabji. Go back where you came from." Krishna saying, "Naini Baba, I want to stay with you only. I want to stay." Krishna is begging to stay with Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami is chastising Krishna. Jo de raha hu wo kha lo. Whatever I'm giving, you eat. If you want salt, you arrange. And then later on, Mr. Kapoor who came, his boat was full of salt. Salt. So Acharya has explained. Krishna arranged his salt for the whole lifetime. He said, "I give you, you eat whatever. I'm here to do my bhajan. I'm not here to make chappan pakwan, 56 pakwan. So you eat what I give you." Krishna said, "Okay, no problem." So Prabhuji, Krishna really enjoys the chapati. So when you offer to Krishna, make sure that the namak is appropriate, the mirch is appropriate, is not burnt, it's not half cooked, it's not half offered. Stay there for 2 minutes. Krishna, please.
Yeah,
What do you?
a lot of times we see that devotees offer food, but like in 5 seconds, 30 seconds, they take away the plate.
Yeah.
And I'm
So
like,
what you do, Prabhu?
yeah.
You give them 30 seconds and you snatch the plate from them. When they're talking here and there, you snatch the plate and you say, "See, this is how you did to Krishna. Krishna is doing this to you." So my
Yeah.
Guru Maharaj used to say 10 minutes, at least. You're not saying max. 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. As a normal person will take time to eat. Like we take around 10 minutes to eat, roughly. Sometimes we take 1 hour to eat. Huh? So give him enough some time. I've seen, sorry to say, chota chota katori for Krishna, smallest katori in the whole world for Krishna. Why? Bhai? For you, it's the biggest katori, and for Krishna, it's the smallest bowl. Why? Put nicely. It's Jagannath. He's the Lord of Jagannath. He's God Nitai, Jagannath. I think everyone has, 6, 7 deities, I'm sure. 6, 7 people are eating you. Put them nicely. Make a big Govardhan mountain of chawal. Put the dal in the big handi, not in the biggest handi. You put the whole pressure cooker of Krishna. That's not good. Put it nicely. Like the quantity should be nice. The presentation should be nice. You feel good while you're presenting to Krishna, and then give time to Krishna. Don't talk while he's eating if possible. You can, not every day it's possible. We are running short of time, but yeah, give him time. Give him enough quantity and nice presentation, and then he really eats. He eats. Offer him nice number of chapati, not just one chapati. Uh, Krishna may need 4 chapatis that day. He's hungry. He's working hard. He's playing hard in the Vrindavan with his friends. Offer nicely with love. This is the Prabhupada said once. If Krishna eats from your offering plate, what else you have achieved? What else you have left to achieve in the 3 worlds? Is there anything else left, Amrit Prabhu?
No.
Krishna comes and put his hand and eats. बहुत अच्छा बना है. Prabhu, you achieved perfection that day. Achieved perfection. What else is there to achieve? There's everything is so insignificant. Offer nicely. Okay?
Yes,
You
thank
happy
you.
now?
Sorry, Prabhu.
Yes,
Okay,
I had
Aishro.
one doubt, Prabhu.
Okay.
Prabhu, sometimes when we cook bhoga, there are people who are like, if they're doing seva in the kitchen, or if we are at home staying with people who are not really in devotional service, we tell them to offer the food, but they may not be chanting 16 rounds or following the principles.
Yeah.
Then is it still offered? Like sometimes I get this doubt when I'm taking that, is it really prasad, or because they are not really following the
Yeah.
principles of chanting 16 rounds, but they're offering it, and we
Yeah.
don't even know with how much devotion they're offering. So
Absolutely.
in those circumstances, they're reading the mantras correctly, but
Yeah.
we don't really know. Then in
Okay.
that case, what should we do, bro?
Okay. So 4.11 is our bottom line. Ye thama prapadante tam satai bhajamiham. So Prabhu, they may not have full eligibility to offer. They may still be breaking some principles. They may still not be able to offer properly, but if they are sincerely offering Prabhu, that offering is accepted. And now, how much is accepted is the percentage. Right? So again, we are also not pure. We have also so many faults, right? So we may be chanting 16 rounds, we may be living in a very nice environment, but while we are offering, are we really offering to Krishna or are we offering to ourselves? We don't know actually, right? So there's so many faults in everyone. So we should not take their fault. At the same time, this is the reason, one of the reasons we try to avoid accepting from karmis as best as possible. Sometimes we go for preaching program. I also go, and what I have learned from my Siksha Guru. So I chant my Guru Maharaj mantra. So not that's my first choice, but I do that because if I don't accept that offering that time, they may not get connected very well. So we try to avoid, but if we have to accept, we accept under some rules and regulations. So we chant our Guru Maharaj mantra. So whatever gaps are there, Guru Maharaj will fulfill it. One time, I'll tell you, this is the story by Shrutikirti Prabhu, one of Prabhupada's very, very dear disciple. He went to a home program in India, and Prabhupada was there, and some other sannyasis disciples were also there. And Prabhupada was eating sabji and some other things as well. So one sannyasi disciple came to Prabhupada on the ear and he said, Prabhupada, this has onion in it. Prabhupada said, I know. And he kept eating. Prabhupada, how can you eat onion? Now, don't take blind inspiration from Prabhupada here, okay? This has to be understood with the proper context, and we are not Prabhupada. So please understand the principle here, which I'm trying to share with all of you. He said yes, and when he came out, he accepted the sabji that time from that host. He said, it is your fault you did not inform the host. It's your fault. So many times we are not very clear in our expectations. So host may make a mistake. Now many of the time if the host is not clear, we do not accept. So just accept some fruits and salad, Prabhuji, or uncooked food, whatever he has prepared, or take something sometimes, and then sometime they give me something, I give back to someone if I don't have full confidence. There are different things, Prabhuji. But even if you accept it, chant Prabhupada mantra, chant Jai Shri Krishna mantra, and try to make it minimal if you're not confident in that house, for example. If that makes sense. And
Yes, we will.
as best as possible, you accept prasadam in temple or in temple-like environment. Like in a house, there may be a temple-like environment. The Grahastha couple is very, very nice. Yes, you can accept with a lot of love and gratitude. Yeah. Okay, Amrit Prabhu, I'll take a
Sorry,
quick.
Prabhu, one follow-up thing.
Yes.
So I'll ask later, Prabhu.
Okay. And Amrit Prabhu also ask later.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Okay, no worries, chalo. I would love to answer, but let's move forward. So this 529 is very, very nice verse, and we should try to remember. Okay, now we are entering into the last chapter of this module, which is Dhyana Yoga. Now, where does it come from? This comes from 527 and 28, where Krishna has introduced the Dhyana Yoga. Now, the Sanskrit name is also Dhyana Yoga. Prabhupada is also writing English name as Dhyana Yoga. As we know, in different chapters, Prabhupada sometimes give a different title than the Sanskrit name. So this Sanskrit title and English titles is exactly same. Now, this chapter basically focuses on Dhyana Yoga, and I'll explain what does it mean. But eventually, Krishna is so a smart teacher, it will culminate into Bhakti Yoga. So he'll explain Dhyana Yoga very, very nicely. He'll give you all the steps of Dhyana Yoga and have a nice conversation with Arjuna. But eventually, it will culminate in Bhakti Yoga, and we'll see how. So let's read MIHG guide. Just see the subsections of this chapter, and we'll come to the chapter. Now, this is the chapter, has 47 verses in it. We can see there are 6 sections in it. The first section, I'll read it as it is, and I'll come to the verses and try to expand on these terminologies. So the first section, which is 1 to 9, it says Yoga Rurukshu and Yoga Ruda practice. Just in a very simplistic term, Yoga Rurukshu means a neophyte yogi, a person who is beginning the practices of yoga. Yoga Rudha refers to a person who is advanced in yoga. So Krishna is explaining from the beginning, a person from the beginning of the yoga to the advanced in yoga. So he explains the Yoga Ruruksha to Yoga Rudha practice from verse 1 to 9. Now stages in yoga practice and samadhi, which is 10 to 27. Now this can also be categorized. Now this section here, now sometimes you see this classification, sometimes you'll see some other classifications by some other acharya. So some other acharyas have classified these 2 sections into 3 sections basically. So 10 to 15 will cover the realization of Brahman. 15 to 22 will cover the realization of Paramatma, and 22 onwards will cover the realization, sorry, 27 to 32 covers the realization of Bhagwan. So there are three types of realization of Brahman, realization of Paramatma, realization of Bhagwan. So 10 to 15 is realization of Brahman. 16 to 20, 26 actually, 16 to 26 covers the realization of Paramatma, and 27 to 32 covers the realization of Bhagwan. So these three types of realization Krishna explains, and then this explanation which Krishna has just given will be rejected by Arjun. Rejected means here Arjun has a valid question for Krishna. He asks a question which is a question actually for you and me, and then Krishna responds to those questions. Then Arjun has another question. What is the destination of an unsuccessful yogi? So, okay, Krishna, you're talking about a successful yogi, a successful businessman, for example. What if the yogi is not successful? And Arjun will ask, the unsuccessful yogi who has done yoga practices for a short term and yoga practices for a long term. So Krishna will explain both of them. We'll relate this section back to 240, which we usually refer to. And the last one, the topmost yogi. Krishna, after explaining 45 verses, and he say, the best yogi is the bhakta who always thinks about Krishna. So in Dhyan Yoga, Krishna very smartly ends with 647. Yoginam api sarvesham mad gate nantaratmana. So we read that verse, very famous verse, very beautiful verse. And Krishna says, even the end result of this Dhyana Yoga is what? Bhakti Yoga. If you can end up in Bhakti Yoga, you're in good hands. Okay, after that, I'll just try to share these some diagrams here, and I'll share that. Don't take a screenshot. I'll put in the group there, just to make you feel where we are and how do we go step by step. So this is from Srila Prabhupada Leela.org. So Karma Yoga, we all understand that Karma Yoga, when we connect your karma, your fruitive activities with the divine. You may not have full understanding of the divine, but you still do that. Now Karma Yoga can also be Sakam Karma Yoga, Nishkam Karma Yoga, but the Karma Yoga is there. So lead principled life, renounce results of one's work. So this is a simple definition given. Now when you're performing the Karma Yoga, your knowledge and renunciation increases. You are performing this Jnana Yoga. You are meditating on Brahman. When your meditation increases, you are entering into Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga, what it is, I'll tell you in a very high level. Ashta Anga Yoga. Eight Anga ka Yoga. Ashtanga Pranam we have, Pachang Pranam we have. Ashtanga Yoga comprises of two aspects. Okay, I'll come to Ashtanga Yoga in a minute. Meditate on Supreme Soul, and finally, if you're successful, you come to Bhakti Yoga. Now, how does this progression happens? You can look in this diagram. A very simple but very beautiful diagram. Initially, we are living an animal life, most of us. Unrestricted sense gratification, like an animal, wherever he gets whatever he eats or he sleeps there. Many humans also live animalistic life. When they know about yoga, when they know a little bit about the Shastra, then they start having regulated sense gratification. They can still do Ahar Nidra Bhai Maithun, but in a regulated way. This is called Karma Kanda life. They still want the sense gratification, but through Dharma, which is nice. After Karma Kanda, they go to Sakam Karma Yoga. So either the yoga word is coming. Yoga means they are having a connection with the divine. Initially, suppose Karma Kanda can also refer to they will eat meat only a certain number of days, not every day. Okay, Friday I do not eat, for example. So some guidance they're having from Shastra. 1 second. Okay, so from Karma Kanda, they move to Sakam Karma Yoga. They still are attached to the fruits of work and work itself. From Sakam Karma Yoga, they're moving to Nishkam Karma Yoga. They detach from the fruits of work, but is still attached to the work. If you remember last time when Ghanshyam Prabhu came in Srinivas Prabhu's house, he was explaining this diagram very nicely. So one is to work, one is to get attached to the fruits of work. So when is both present, that's called Sakama Karma Yoga. And when fruits of work, you're not attached. You're detached from that. But work, I have to perform my duty. That is called Nishkama Karma Yoga. When you're detached from both, you are actually performing Jnana Yoga, Brahman, the glowing effulgence of the personality of Godhead. And you are focusing on Atma. And you at least think at this stage, everything, Aham Brahmasmi. Everything is Brahma. When you grow further, now you are called Brahmavadi. When you go further, you are also known as Paramatmavadis. Paramatma means you realize the presence of Paramatma in the heart as well. Upadasta, Anumanta, Cha, Bharta, Bhokta, Maheshwara, 1323. So there is another being present in your heart region. One is soul, fine, which is Gyan Yogi also understand. When there's another being present there, which is Paramatma. Super soul is also present there. That is Ashtang Yogi, Paramatma Vadis. Partial representation of the personality of Godhead, Sat and Chit aspect you are referring to. Finally, if you proceed further from Ashtanga Yoga, you reach to Bhakti Yoga. Bhagwan, the complete Sat Chit Anand, knowledge and bliss, all transcendental features in complete Vigraha form is revealed. This is called Bhakti Yogi. Is it clear, this diagram? I'll send it to you guys later. So Karma Kanda to Sakam Karma Yoga, to Nishkam Karma Yoga, then Jnana Yoga, then Ashtanga Yoga, then finally reach to Bhakti Yoga. Now I'll show you another diagram. This is all taken from different books. Okay, so again, similar things are given here, but one interesting aspect in this diagram, which is better than the previous diagram, this is a linear structure. Now you'll see a little bit detail here. So Karma Yoga to Jnana Yoga, that's very clear. Now from Jnana Yoga, you reach into Brahman realization. That is also clear. Now Jnana Yoga reaching to Ashtanga Yogi. Now Ashtanga Yogi can take two paths. Two choices are there. One choice, he can go to Brahman realization and be a perfect Jnana Yogi. He can also move towards Paramatma realization. Now, if Prabhupada writes in one of the purports, if this Ashtanga Yogi is fortunate enough, he gets association of devotees from Paramatma Vadis, they can move to Bhakti Yogi. Example, four Kumaras. Four Kumaras were Brahmavadis in the beginning, but they got the association, they got the smell of Tulsi, and then they saw Krishna for the first time and they were amazed and they became Bhaktas. Bhakti Yogi. And Bhakti Yogi will have full Bhagwan realization. Now, Ashtanga Yoga, I'll explain in detail later when we come to this diagram, but generally speaking, Ashtanga Yoga have two parts. So there are 8 parts here from Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. So you can divide Ashtanga Yoga into a physical part and a mental part or a psychophysical part. When it's a physical part, it refers to your physical body. Physical body means you're performing some yamas. Yamas means don'ts. Certain activities Prabhupada said, don't do it. We understand that. Don't do's come under yama. Niyama refers to you should chant 16 rounds, get up early in the morning, offer your bhoga to Krishna and all those. They are called niyam, do's. So yam and niyam. Then asan. Asan refers to sitting postures. You're sitting a certain way so that you can chant Hare Krishna nicely. You don't put your rajai on top of your head, then you start chanting Hare Krishna. Anyone does that in the morning? Even if you're not sleepy, you'll be so sleepy because you're Shobit Prabhu, so honest person. So there are certain asanas. If you do that, they are very, very beneficial in Dhyana Yoga as well as in Bhakti as well. So we can take principles of Dhyana Yoga into our Bhakti practices as well. Pranayam. Now we are starting the inner side of it. We are having some breath control. That is refers to pranayam as a whole different subject matter there. Anyway, so these 4 comes under Hatha Yoga. So Ashtanga Yoga has 2 parts, Hatha Yoga and Dhyana Yoga. Hatha Yoga refers to 4 parts, Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, which is generally a outer aspect. Now we move to the inner aspect that is known as Dhyana Yoga. So this chapter entitled Dhyana Yoga, chapter 6 Dhyana Yoga actually is the second part of Ashtanga Yoga. So first part is Hatha Yoga, second part is Dhyana Yoga. So Dhyana Yoga refers basically to Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan and Samadhi. I'll not expand these terms. As we do the chapter, we'll expand on these terms. But just a high level. So Hatha Yoga and Dhyana Yoga, they combine together and make it as a Ashtanga Yoga. And these are the relationship between Ashtanga Yogi and Bhakti Yogi. So these diagrams help us a lot to understand. Shobit Prabhu, are you clear? At least on a high level, right? So how this whole ladder is moving. So we can move one by one, or Amrit Prabhu, we can move from animalistic life to Bhakti Yoga straight away. You surrender, shave your head, wear dhoti kurta, and Ghanshyam Prabhu, I'm coming. Most welcome, please come. You are the very fortunate, all of you are fortunate, I'm not saying only temple residents. Anyone who accepts Krishna as all in all, he's very, very fortunate and he's trying to become a Bhakti Yogi. So you don't have to go step by step. This is called express elevator. So Anand Krishna Prabhu, I can go step by step to the 14th floor, or I can take an elevator. How long will it take to go to 14th floor in a lift? Few seconds.
Seconds, yes.
Few seconds, huh? So you want to take a step by step, Rajesh Prabhu, or lift? Which process you like?
Lift, Prabhu,
Hari
always.
bol, everyone loves lift. So you have to lift your consciousness, huh? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This uplifts our consciousness. Manah strayate iti mantra. So one who does deliver the mind, that is called mantra. Through the mantra, we can get this path of lift. And everyone will become Krishna consciousness within this lifetime and go back to Godhead. Prabhupada said, I guarantee, I guarantee, I guarantee. Aish Prabhu, Prabhupada has taken guarantee 3 times. So Prabhupada's words cannot be untrue. Cannot be untrue. I can fool you, Prabhu. I can deceive you, but Prabhupada is not there to deceive. Prabhupada said 3 times, I guarantee, I guarantee, I guarantee. So blindly just follow the process and hold dhoti of Prabhupada, you'll be on the Godhead. Okay, let's come back to the chapter. Let's try to do at least 2 verses today.
Sorry, Prabhu. Just one quick question.
Yeah.
I was confused from Ashtanga Yoga. How does he decide whether he wants Brahman realization or
So the
Parma?
perfection of Ashtanga Yogi Prabhu can differ. He can go to Paramatma realization, where we start feeling the presence of Paramatma or Super Soul in his heart, or he can go back to the perfection of Brahman realization. So it will differ on his maturity and his association. And if he is really fortunate enough, he can also become a Bhakti Yogi. If that answers your question.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So depending on his association and maturity, Prabhu. Okay, let's start. Who wants to do 6.1? It's a very, very famous verse. Many sannyasis will quote this verse in their lectures. Who hasn't done? Salon Prabhu, you want to do this?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Anasrita Karma Phalam Karyam Karma Karotiya Sasanyasi Cha Yogi Cha Nani Ragnirna Chakriya. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, one who is unattached to the fruits of his work and who works as he is obligated is in the renounced order of life, and he is the true mystic, not he who lights no fire and performs no duty.
Thank you, Prabhuji. That's okay. Sri Bhagavan Vacha, so Bhagavan is speaking, Krishna is speaking. Anashrita karma phalam. The karma phalam, you all understand, the phala of the karma. Anashrita. Ashrita refers to ashray, taking shelter of. So this person is not taking shelter of what karma phala? Do we take shelter of karma phala? Why do we go to work? To get some phala, isn't it? So that is known as we are taking shelter of the karma phala. But the person which we are speaking here will know who this person is. Anashrita. He is not taking a shelter of karma phala. What does this mean? He is detached from the karma phala. Karyam karma karotiya, and he does duty. Why does he do duty? If you remember from 5th chapter, why a sannyasi is working? A yogi is working because of Atma Shuddhaye, because of purification. He still performs all his duty. He is not quitting his duty. He still performs his duty because of Atma Shuddhaye, because of purification. He wants to get purified. But he is not taking shelter of the karma phala. He is a sannyasi and a yogi. I'll come to this line in a second. Not that, na nir agnir. What does nir agnir mean? No agni. So agni means a lighting fire. So in Vedic culture, at least for grahasthas, actually it's recommended they should do this Agnihotra Yagya. Everyone knows Agnihotra Yagya? So every grahastha in Vedic culture will perform a yagya, literally a lighting yagya, and then he performs his Sandhya Vandan and do all that. Now in Kali Yuga, it's not recommended that we do Agnihotra Yagya. Rather, which yagya is recommended, Shashank Prabhu, in Kali Yuga? I forgot.
Harinam.
Harinam Yagya. Harinam Yagya. So in Kali Yuga, even if you don't know Agnihotra Yagya, it's fine. If you do Hare Krishna Maha Mantra or Ram Nam, chanting the glories of Ram or Krishna, that is the Yagya, Sankirtan Yagya. Yagyai Sankirtana Prayar Yajantihi Sumedasa. One who is Sumedasa, very, very intelligent, they will follow this Yagya. So this person here, he is not the person who does not lit fire. So lighting fire, now for a sannyasi, lighting fire actually is not allowed. Not allowed. Now you'll say, oh, sannyasis also cook. Yes, they cook for Krishna. Lighting fire, that means they are not allowed to cook for themselves. That means the recommendation is they really depend on Krishna, whatever Krishna sends. But here we see sannyasis are not lighting fire for themselves, they're lighting fire for Krishna. So Krishna's offering, you can do anything. Prabhupada cooked hundreds of people's prasadam. Huh? So na niragni, not that person who does not lit fire, na chakriya, who does not perform any duty. So sa sannyasi, who is a sannyasi? Who is anashrita karmaphalam, number one. Karyam karotiya, he performs his prescribed duty. Sa sannyasi cha yogi cha. He is a sannyasi and a yogi. Not the person who does not lit the fire and doesn't perform any activity. What it means basically, if you just become inactive, you just by inactivity, you automatically does not assume the position of a sannyasi. You understand? Sannyasi is a person who does not take shelter of the karma and he still perform his duties. Huh? Now, what does sannyasi and yogi mean? Just a quick one here. Sannyas refers to, again, sannyas is a very big word. One meaning of sannyas is renouncing, isn't it? We call it renunciate. So renouncing the material activities, that's one aspect. Huh? So when you renounce the material activity, you become sannyasi. That's again, as I said, it's one aspect, it's not complete picture. Yogi, who is a yogi? One aspect of yoga is you're connected with Brahman, supreme, divine, absolute truth. Yoga means yoga, jiska yog hai, one who has yoga, one who has connection with the supreme. So two aspects are given in this word. Number one, you are renounced from the material activity, and number two is what? You have connection with Krishna. That is a real sannyas. That's a real situation. Not that you stop lighting the fire, I'm a sannyasi. You stop doing the activity, I'm a sannyasi. No, not like that. Not like that. You're not a sannyasi, you're not a yogi actually. Sannyas and yoga comes together. So sannyas, you renounce material activities, renounce material fruitive activities, and you add up with Krishna. Is it clear? We'll just expand on this one and then we'll stop. Okay, who can read this last verse? Garima Mata, would you like to read?
यम संन्यासम इति प्रहुर्योगम तम विधि पांडवा नाही असन्यासता संकल्पो योगी भावति कश्चन. What is called renunciation, you should know to be the same as yoga or linking oneself with the Supreme, O son of Pandu. For one can never become a yogi unless he renounces the desire for sense gratification.
Thank you, Mataji. So now Krishna is expanding on the word sannyas and yoga. That's why I'm doing this together, because 1 and 2 go together. Yam sannyasam iti prahur. So who is called a sannyas? What is called a sannyas? Prahur means it is said. What is said to be sannyas? Yogam tam vidhi pandava. And what is said to be yoga? What is sannyas and what is yoga? Vidhi pandava. I'll tell you. Hey Pandav, hey Arjun, I'll tell you what that. What is a sannyas and what is yoga? They are known to be same. Na hi asanyasta sankalpo. So sankalpa refers to desire. Sanyasta refers to renouncing the desire. And what does asanyasta sankalpa will mean? Anand Prabhu? So sanyasta sankalpa means renouncing the material desires. Asanyasta sankalpa means not renouncing the material desires. Make sense? Now, if you break the word, it will be very sensible. So na, he is not a sannyasi or yogi who still have desire for sense gratification, isn't it? So a sannyas means who has not given up the desire for sense gratification. That means he still has desires. So if you have desire, you cannot be a sannyasi, you cannot be a yogi. Desire here refers to material desire. So if you have still desire for sense gratification, you're asanyasta sankalpo. Yes, Prabhu, what should be the ideal situation? Sannyasta sankalpo. Make sense? Sannyas means give up. Sankalpa means material desires. Give up the material desires. But here he is saying, if you are a sannyasa sankalpo, you are not a yogi or a sannyasi. So sannyas and yoga are same if you have given up the desire for sense gratification. I'll just read 2 lines of Prabhupada, very beautiful. A person in Krishna consciousness has no opportunity to engage his senses in anything which is not for the purpose of Krishna. Therefore, a Krishna conscious person is simultaneously a sannyasi and a yogi. The real aim is for a living entity to give up all selfish satisfaction and be prepared to satisfy the Supreme Self. So if you want to become a sannyasi and a yogi or a yogi, what you should do? Satisfy Krishna. Put the water on the root of the tree. Okay, let me stop here. It's 9:05. If there's any questions, all of you please write it, and I'll definitely do it next time. And this is not a request just for today, for every week, because sometimes due to shortage of time we cannot answer all the questions, but I'm happy to respond next week.